Welcome back. She's Melissa.
And he's Brad.
And this is Kimberly.
In today's show, we're talking about dry January and abstaining from alcohol. But
first,
the intro. Hey guys, welcome back to Fitness Forever TV with M&B,
your source for entertainment television,
where we explore all things health and wellness to help you achieve longevity and vitality.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm so excited today. We have Kimberly on the show. Thank you.
Yeah, I am doubly excited because she's going to talk to us about dry January.
And before we get into talking to Kimberly, just a brief overview of dry January. A lot of people after the holidays want to abstain from alcohol. You know, through the holiday season, there's a lot of festivities, drinking, and January is a time of month where a lot of people have taken on the movement of dry January, not drinking and abstaining from alcohol for the whole month. And Kimberly here was very successful in doing so. So that's why we have her on the show today. She's our dry January expert, where I failed miserably at dry January in my attempt at that. So tell us, Kimberly, a little bit about yourself, what you do, and a little bit about your background.
Well, during the weekday, as my adult job, I work for a company that we create websites.
Oh.
And I also manage the clients. So we work with small businesses trying to get out onto the online presence, trying to build their revenue, trying to get more clients. And so I work with them called Shoot to Throw Media. And this is in St. Pete. And then for funsies on the side, I am a yoga instructor. So I teach yoga and I teach small group fitness. And so it's just, I work at Anytime Fitness downtown St. Pete, and that's what I do for fun as well.
And from what I understand, your class that you teach, not only the yoga class, but the other class is called
Butts and Guts.
Yes.
Butts and Guts.
Yeah.
Butts and Guts. We work on the butt and the gut.
I love that.
And it's amazing. It's once a week on Tuesdays. It's 30-minute sessions that like super energetic, amazing, calorie burning. It's fun.
And, and who doesn't want to tone up the tush?
Everybody wants to tone up the tush. Everybody. And I love leading. It's a great class. You want to come?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, definitely. And you fit right in. You know, Melissa's our only full-time, fitness instructor.
Yes.
I also have a full-time job, but we might need to talk to you about that website thing. So, later on.
I'm happy to help.
It would be great.
Yeah. So.
And by the way, she said Butts and Guts. She had Punch and Crunch.
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
I used to teach a class called Punch and Crunch.
Oh, we might have to talk
collab.
Yeah, definitely.
Take notes and see what they can
absolutely.
do. Yeah, I love that.
It was something else.
So, Kimberly, tell us why dry January? Why did you choose to do dry January personally?
Okay, so honestly, a couple of my girlfriends, we decided to do a challenge, and usually it's about a challenge that we start when we do like 20 days of prayer. So there's like a little fasting or Lent, something like that. But so I decided, instead of like taking away certain things like food or Instagram, the normal things, I was like, I'm gonna do something that like is very common, but like no one really does it. They think about it, but not really. So I wanted to do the dry January, number one, for health, and just for mentality. And I was trying to see what outcome could come out of it. So it was fun.
Prior to making that decision, how often were you drinking alcohol?
So I would say I'm not really a drinker. I don't have alcohol in the house at all. But I do it socially. I do it socially. And so when you have lots of friends that want to go out, and everything has to do with alcohol. It's not even just about like brunch or like a girls' night. I mean, it could be dinner, lunch. It could be a birthday. It could be an event. It could be like
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Fresh market. Like, I mean, there's always something with alcohol. I mean, there's
so
sporting events. We live in a city with alcohol-related events, and we're surrounded by it. So that was the challenge. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, isn't that a bar right there?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, exactly. So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Brian.
no. I was just going to ask her how did she feel about it? What were your results?
Yeah, so the results were amazing. So I started on December 31st, and at a concert. So I was partying with 2 bottled waters, like just partying hard with water.
Wait. New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Oh.
You're with
everybody
bottled
else.
Water.
Yes. And what is helpful my friend was with me who did it. So we both were partying bottled water.
Nice.
You need to have a partner in crime. You need to have a PIC. So she was helpful with me, but we started on December 31st, and she like totally broke like within 7 days. But because I'm such I know that it was going to be difficult because it's just everything's alcohol and
So
everything.
how difficult was it? Was
Okay.
it more challenging than you thought it was going to be, or did it get easier over time?
It got easier.
Yeah.
It got easier because what's so funny is that like I can really compete. So when I had my friends dropping off, I'm like, I'm still standing.
Yeah.
I'm still standing. I got this. And I knew that I could do it. So even after like 14 days, after half of the month was over with, I just kept going, and I knew that I could finish it out.
Yeah, at that point it was
Yes,
like,
it was already
I was
easy.
halfway there.
If I could make
Right?
it through New Year's Eve with
gosh,
everyone
yes.
else around me, then I could do it for the rest of the days in the month. And it was amazing.
So
Yeah.
what were the results?
Okay.
How did you feel from it? Did you see any changes physically, mentally? What did you feel, if anything?
There were a lot of changes. Number one was my pocketbook. I saved a lot of money.
Wow. You know
There,
what?
I never
didn't-
thought
Yes.
about that.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Well, because
The
people
money,
always buy
man.
me drinks. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just
Yes.
joking.
Yes.
Well,
aside from that, yes, when you buy your own drinks, like it saves you money.
Yeah, it does.
Your meal could literally cost $10 or $15, but when you add some alcohol to it, it's way more than
Yeah,
that.
totally.
No.
And then think about tipping, and I'm a high tipper, so it's just, and I've been a bartender before, so I want to give that back.
Right,
Right.
So I'm overly tipping, and then I could have like 2 to 3 drinks maybe, and like a meal, and it'll be over $50-$60 every single time.
Yeah.
So
the
take
pocketbook.
Yeah, it's pocketbook.
Big
I save lots of money doing that. Mentally, it just made me feel good that I could sustain something that I wasn't attached to. Like
Right.
I could still go out and socialize. I was going to dinners. I was dates, parties, whatever, and not having to look at alcohol.
Right.
And
You didn't feel
nothing
like
changed.
it was a social
Yeah.
crutch that you
Yeah.
had to use.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm free of that.
Yeah.
That doesn't own me. And that is a
Absolutely.
great feeling.
Yeah.
So
and
did-
physically was good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, just
Okay.
on the inside, we're talking about health and fitness. We're in the industry. Gut health was great. Digestion was better. Sleep was better. I mean, physically, my bags under my eyes were better. Today may not show it.
It's not true. You
But
look
like
great.
you can kind of see like things change on the inside that make everything on the outside even better. So it
Yeah.
optimizes it.
Yeah,
a
and I
lot.
feel that is true. I didn't succeed in my January attempt, but I've gone dry for Lent. So I
Sure.
mean,
That's
you
still a
do
great
feel
start.
that Lent, and I've always felt the sleep has been the biggest
Absolutely.
impact on that.
Absolutely.
So I know that you live here in in St. Pete.
Mhm.
Not South St. Pete, sorry. But St. Pete is known for all their great new bars and all the things. So did you find yourself being the designated driver or walker a lot more?
Yeah, so that's a great way of looking at it, because you end up being the person that is really aware of everything around you, especially when you're not worried about how much you drink at the end of the night, how you're behaving. Like I was sober, but I was also just as happy, just as involved as everyone else.
Nice.
I wasn't in a bad mood. I wasn't in low energy. I was actually just the same,
Which is probably pretty eye-opening to see people behave like ridiculous
Yes,
idiots at
yes.
times, and you're like, wow,
Yes.
they're having the time of their lives, but they don't even realize
Yes.
how idiotic they may be acting.
Can I tell you
Silly.
the funniest thing that I discovered was that it wasn't even after the challenge, it was more mental and physical, but it actually ended up being a social experiment, because
Yeah.
the difficult part about not drinking with other people is that it makes them feel uncomfortable. It makes people that you're drinking
like,
with,
why aren't you drinking?
why aren't you drinking? And then they're like, oh man, I guess I have to stop drinking. Well, maybe I need to quit too. I'm like, I'm not trying to quit.
Right.
I'm just using the challenge
feel
more
better.
for the physical part, but like also save money to see if I can do it. It's that kind of stuff.
So,
But they were uncomfortable, so I actually had like a fake drink.
yeah, I was gonna say, how did you?
I had a fake drink.
How did you manage those situations?
Yeah.
Like, did you start doing different activities, like where you're like, all right, well now there's an increase in my bike riding, and I'm not gonna go to the bars
Oh,
anymore.
I hit it
So
hard at the gym. Yeah,
okay.
I was getting. I mean, I
You hit the bar.
yeah,
at the gym.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hit the
Bar
at
bell.
the gym. Yeah, I mean, my workouts seem to be a little bit more optimal.
Yeah.
Since I was sleeping better, I was getting up and like ready to go. I didn't have any excuse.
Right.
You know what
You're
I
like,
mean?
oh, I'm so tired. I had
Right.
a few drinks last night,
Right.
and although I didn't get drunk, I'm just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, so I was focused on a new challenge, if that
Mm.
makes sense. So I
Yeah.
was eliminating one thing that could possibly, bring you down a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But so I was bringing up the positive part, which is always like working out. My fitness is my
Yeah.
number one.
And the one thing that I noticed, the way I knew that you were on your dry January journey is through social media. Like I saw that I thought was like, wow, that's a great way to stay accountable. Like you
Yes.
make an announcement to the world,
Yes.
hey, this is what I'm doing, and like, 5 days later, oh
Right.
no. But no, so for me, it was really motivational to see you
Good.
going through that and all the great benefits that you
Thank
received.
you.
So that being said, are you Kimberly still dry?
Okay. No. On February 1st, I did announce it on Instagram,
Yep.
and I didn't actually say anything until then. Because you know how people can be. Other people on the outside, they're like, oh, you're doing this. I wanted to really do this for myself. It was an internal challenge. I had my friends, and we kind of did it on our own. But yeah, it's easy to fail and start over, fail and start over. But I was like, I'm going to do this all the way through until the very end. And then I'll announce my success or my results. And so my results were good. And I was going to announce it if they were bad anyway. But I wanted to kind of do it on my own in my private space.
Yeah.
You can do things better when you're kind of on your own anyway. That's how I work sometimes.
Yeah, everyone operates differently, but you're so self-motivated that you're able to do that.
For sure. So it's really cool. I'm glad that.
So did you find like an increase in endurance at all? Did you find you were able to work out longer, harder?
I feel like I don't know if that made a difference because I wasn't really measuring it, like consciously measuring it. All I know is that I was working out more than normal. Like instead of working out like 3 to 4 days a week, I was working like 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's and that could be because I maybe had more energy, or I was just feeling like this is a stronger thing to do other than going out and drinking. I don't know. I don't know if that even related to that.
Well, it could. I'll ask you about soreness then.
Okay.
So you basically increased by almost like 40%.
Right.
Find yourself just maybe a little bit more sore because you did increase that, or were you able to find yourself with more intensity?
I was lifting heavier. I was adding more weight.
Okay.
I'm not a runner. I try to be. I just don't enjoy it. But I was enjoying running more. So I guess my endurance was like a little bit better. I could because of less alcohol, and I was drinking a lot more water. I mean, a lot more things to replace the alcohol. So I was sustaining coffee as well. So I do it every so often. But I was drinking less coffee, less caffeine, less sugary anything, which is not normal.
You made an overall health.
Oh my gosh!
So
automatically
basically by going to dry January, other health elements in your life improve.
Yes, absolutely.
So that is a great recommendation if I've ever heard one about abstaining from alcohol, whether it's January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Yes.
Anytime is a good time, it sounds like, to abstain from alcohol. But
I was just going to say, do a 30-day journey for yourself. You don't need it to be dry January. Kimberly picked dry January. The movement is called dry January, but there's no reason you can't do dry June.
I do it during, Lent. So, that's what I give up.
I'm thinking about doing it again. I was gonna continue to go through February, but I thought that just to give a break and get back to it. I do enjoy a cocktail with friends. I do enjoy going out and stuff like that. But now that I've done this, it's really cool to know that I'm okay. I'm just as normal and
just as fun
and just as capable of having an enjoyable time without alcohol.
Right on.
And I think a lot of people don't know that if they can do it or not. If they can be an enjoyable person or guy, or be that cool girl or cool guy out. You can do it if you just try it. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being on our show.
I
And
appreciate it.
we'll make sure to link down below how you can find Kimberly, get your butts and guts workout on, maybe get your yoga on, or maybe get a website built. But until then, I think we're going to go get a drink and call it a day. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Have a good one. Stay motivated.